So today we're going to be looking at a couple absolutely crazy, shocking, terrifying examples of liberals promoting violence in ways that are that require repercussions. Okay, this one is insane, and this one is really insane. Okay, really insane. This one is going to absolutely blow your mind. Okay, this is a Virginia Attorney General election, Democrat candidate Jay Jones. Okay. What this guy said, he cannot be allowed to hold office. He also cannot be allowed to do anything, as far as I'm concerned. Anything that has anything to do with public policy, public anything. I would never have him work at my country. He's a psycho. Okay. That dude's a psycho. Now, this dude, is also having a meltdown, so we'll look at that as well. But anyway, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would appreciate it if you guys would do that. We just hand shook it. You don't feel it, but we did. It was like, thank you. But also I hand shook all of you guys and I asked you to like the video. So, do it or don't. Anyway, so let's do this. I actually want to start with the violence and then we'll get to the Tyler Robinson stuff because candidly, I'm more excited to talk about the violence because it is so absolutely mind-blowing. So let's just go ahead and start right here. Okay. I already alluded to what we're looking at, but let's just start right here to make sure as many people as possible see this story. Okay. So breaking, a scandal is erupting in the Virginia Attorney General election after Democrat candidate Jay Jones fantasized about Republican House Speaker Todd Gilbert being shot. He said he would, quote, piss on the graves of Republicans and hoped for the death of their children. This is insane. This is the Democrat Party of 2025. Okay. Again, this cannot be accepted. Okay. So this is the candidate, right? Read this. Ready? This is the person, he's the one on the left, okay, in the gray, okay? They say nice things about everyone, okay? This is the candidate. If those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves. Send them out awash in something. Again, that's in response to the guy saying they say nice things about everyone. He said, if those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals and piss on their graves, send them out awash in something. He said, Jay Jones. He said, 3 people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler, Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Hey, guys, Democrat Party, 2025, okay? Hey, what's funny about that is I can't help myself, dude. I really can't. This is, I react poorly to this stuff. I'm just going to acknowledge it every time. But hey, Jay Jones, why don't you fight? Why don't you got so much violence in your heart. Why don't you come fight one of us, dude? Why don't you come test yourself? Come to a gym where people train and do martial arts and just come and get it all out, man. Do your best and then see how you do. You know what I mean? At least you'll find a way to channel all that psychotic anger as opposed to destroying your entire career by sending text messages to someone who was not even remotely responding as if they were enjoying the conversation. You stupid psycho. You could come to our gym. I will strangle you unconscious. And at least for a few seconds, you will forget that you are a pathetic, psychotic lunatic. Okay. See, I told you I behave poorly. He's talking about violence and I'm like, what an idiot. Don't talk about violence. And so I talk about violence. I am not a perfect person. But at least I know that I am a spaz, okay? I'm a spaz. I'm not a psycho. You are a psycho, Jay. Okay, and the guy says, Jay, please stop. He says, LOL, okay. He says, it really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death upon them. You weren't simply asking questions and you know it. He said, I genuinely was. I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. You weren't trying to understand. You were talking about and hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. He said, yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Wow. So whoever he's talking to was so disturbed by this conversation that he leaked it. He's like, hey, this is who you would be voting for. Okay. And this guy says, there isn't. I point blank asked you more than 3 times and you dug in that you meant it. I honestly am questioning a lot today. He said, I mean, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes. Wow. Okay. So again, what is this? What is this a perfect example of, guys? Okay. Like, what is this a perfect example? This is dehumanization to the point where he doesn't even realize he's talking about humans. Okay. Like he's talking about her children, dude, her fucking children. And he's calling them little fascists. What do you think that they've done that would warrant that moniker? Okay. Cause I haven't heard of any like mainstream Republicans that are doing anything that would even moderately sniff, little fascists, and certainly wouldn't sniff, let's kill their children. This guy's life should be over. Okay. I mean, I'm serious. Like, this guy's life should be over. I don't mean like life should be over. I mean, like, his career should be absolutely finished forever. If this guy has a single opportunity to be in public office after this, they should honestly, he should be charged. Straight up, dude. Absolutely straight up. This is the guy you make an example of. This is the fucking guy right here. All right, so let's, I guess there's actually more. I guess there's more to it. So, I actually want, dude, honestly, I didn't even realize there was more details in this case, but I'm curious enough that I'm going to read about it, and you guys are going to go along for the ride. On October 8th, 2022, a Republican state legislator received a disturbing string of early morning text messages from a former colleague, Jay Jones, this year's Democratic nominee for Virginia Attorney General. Jones, who at the time had recently resigned from the state house after a brief stint representing Norfolk, had strong feelings about how the political class was eulogizing recently deceased member of legislator Joe Johnson Jr., a moderate Democrat with a long tenure in Virginia politics. Republican legislators like House Speaker Todd Gilbert had begun making public statements honoring Johnson's memory and political legacy, and some of those statements were making the rounds in the state legislative group chats. Okay, what's wrong with that? Around 8 a.m., Jones shared those feelings with his former state legislative in a series of text messages obtained by National Review. Jones derided Johnson's political centrism and scoffed at the glowing tributes that were being made in his honor by Republicans in the wake of his death. Damn, that was for Mark, he wrote to Coyer, suggesting he'd meant to send the text to someone else. And yet that realization didn't stop Jones from joking around. What a piece of shit Gilbert would say about me if I died. Then the conversation took a dark turn. If those guys died before me, I would go to their funerals, piss on their graves, send them out awash in something. So this guy was talking to somebody who literally was not, like, had not opted into this conversation at all. Like, this is an unhinged psychopath who I'm not going to lie, I want to beat this person up. Like, I would enjoy this a lot. Like, I would genuinely really enjoy beating this person up, And if listen, dude, if I lost the fight, like, at least, he gets to feel like he did something, it's fucking unlikely, but not impossible, And it's like, dude, you beat up a person that you might disagree with on a few policies, dude. Like, good job. Like, on my side, I'm like, I beat up a psycho who said he wants to hurt people's children because he disagrees with their politics. Like, that's why I want to beat you up. Okay. Because you are a poison spewing psychopath who seems to only understand violence. Like, I'm just going to use your own fucking rules against you. See how much you like those rules when you're, on your back, helpless with, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, I thought you said that this is the only way to get through to people. How do you like it, dude? Does this feel good to you? Are you learning things now? Are you changing on policy? You said we need this for policy. Okay. Should I knock out a few more of your teeth and then you're going to really see the light on policy changes? You stupid fuck. You illogical moron. Okay. Now, I would not actually beat this guy up. I'm not actually saying we do violence. I'm saying I'm not a perfect person and I'm oversharing right now what I'm thinking in my mind. But his life should be over. career-wise. And guess what? It's NFL Sunday, so I got to tell you about PrizePicks real quick, and then we're going to get back with more of this. It's NFL time, and that means it's time for you to join PrizePicks. I don't understand what's daily fantasy. I'll explain that later. What you need to know right this second is that if you deposit $5 and put it in play, they will guarantee give you a free $50 regardless of whether or not you win with that $5 entry fee. Wait, I deposit $5 and I get $50 back regardless of whether I win. Yes, that's correct. So that'd be a 10x return guaranteed. Yeah, that's correct. So who wouldn't do that? I don't know, man. You tell me. Everybody is doing it. So tell us what else we get aside from $50 free. Well, you get to play the best daily fantasy game on the entire internet. Talk to me like a child and explain to me how to play. PrizePicks could not make this game more simple. You're going to pick which sport you want to play, and then you're going to start picking players that you're going to add to your roster. Then we're going to decide whether they're going to get more or less than the stat line provided by PrizePicks. We're going Shedeur Sanders, and we're going more because we are eternal optimists. Let's say you want to start small and you put $5 in play on your first roster. You can win up to $187.50. But if you're a big baller and you want to put, let's say, $50 in play, you can win up to $1,875. But let's say you are a big wallet gangster and you want to put $500 into a single roster. You can win up to $18,750 if all of your players deliver. Now, we also got some new features coming in with this new football season, and you're going to be able to play the same player up to 3 times with 3 different stat lines if you want. It's already live on Major League Baseball and WNBA. When you go to PrizePicks, you use the link in the description and you sign up and you use promo code JesseOnFire, you are going to get a free $50 once you put $5 in play. Use a link in the description, sign up using promo code JesseOnFire, put in $5 in play, and get your free $50 back. That's a 10x return. You are welcome. I love all of you guys. Let's go. Okay, the private messages offer a disturbing glimpse into how Jones, who is looking to oust incumbent Republican Attorney General Jason Myers this fall, describes his political adversaries in private conversations. The violent rhetoric complicates an already contentious and competitive race roughly a month out from Election Day in Virginia, where early voting began on September 19th. He should be charged straight up right now. Like right now, he should be charged. Okay. What did Jones, what's Jones said about this? On October 8th, I had a time versus J. Jones. He said was just, what he said was not just disturbing, but disqualifying for anyone who wants to seek public office. 100% agree. J. Jones wished violence on the children of a colleague and joked about shooting Todd Gilbert. It's disgusting and unbecoming of any public official. It's a crime, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? He's running for public office. This is not just some, unhinged loony bin talking to whatever. This is different. You should get charged. Okay. Following another outlet published a reaction from the Jones campaign. Quote, like all people, I've sent the text messages that I regret, and I believe that violent rhetoric has no place in our politics, he said, after his campaign ignored repeated requests for comment from the National Review. Let's be clear about what is happening in the Attorney General race now. Jason Mraz is dropping smears through Trump-controlled media organizations to assault my character and rescue his desperate campaign. There's a strategy that ensures Jason Myers will continue to be accountable to Donald Trump, not the people of Virginia. This race is about whether Trump can control Virginia or Virginia. Hey, that's nice, dude. Hey, he's all, yeah, this is a big smear. Hey, did you say that you wanted to hurt your political opponent's children? He's like, well, how is that relevant? You're all, oh, it's pretty fucking relevant, guy. Pretty relevant, dude. Hey, would you let the Night Stalker be your, district representative? What do you mean the Night Stalker? The fucking Night Stalker, okay? Richard Ramirez. You may remember him from such stories as breaking into homes and assaulting children, murdering women, pentagrams on his hand. Satanist, killed so many people, it's insane. Would you want him to be your representative? Of course not. Right. Why? He's a crazy serial killer. Right. So, right? You don't think that shit's relevant, what you said, you fucking psycho? Hurting her children, and then you double down on it? This is what I'm saying. I can't even talk about this. I just want to beat him up, dude. I'm sorry. I'm in a mood to be very honest. I just want to beat the fuck out of this guy. I want to beat him up, dude. He deserves it. It's nice that you're wearing a nice suit and you're running for office and you think that you're above this kind of thing, when some YouTuber's I'll beat the shit out of that guy. But it's something tells me that suit's not going to help you if someone actually wants to pull your fucking card, and you deserve it. You know what I mean? Won't be me because I don't commit violence and I don't like jail. But I'm also not a psycho. I just react very poorly to smug shitbags threatening the lives of children while thinking they're the good guy. I just want to beat that fucking smug look off their face. I'm sorry. It's like, I can't help myself. Like, I can't help how I feel. I'm just saying what I think. Like, I want to beat that fucking smug look off their face and then make them see the world the way it is. It's like, you know, like people are like, oh, they need to go to a re-education camp. It's like, I'll give you fucking re-education camp real quick, dude. How about I start by breaking that fucking smug ego that you have by beating it out of you, you know? It's hard to feel real confident about yourself after someone beat the fuck out of you for you talking out of turn, dude. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to beat up his fucking kids? See how you feel about that after someone smashes your head. God damn. Hey, good job, Jesse. No violent rhetoric, dude. Idiot. Anyway, but this is the kind of mood that I'm in right now. All right. So, okay, yeah. Oh my God. Then at one point, the source says he suggested he wished Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views, prompting Coiner to hang up the phone in disgust. Afterwards, Jones continued his barrage of text messages saying he was just asking questions. Coiner dismissed his excuse via text and chastised Jones for hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Rather than deny he had wished death on the children, Jones responded by saying, yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. This is what I'm saying, dude. I'm saying, like, you guys want to play that fucking game? You like, everybody's all, oh, Charlie Kirk believed in the Second Amendment and thus he died by his own hand. It's like, all right. Hey, the only way that you're going to, recognize the fallacy of your fucking logic is if you feel pain. It's like, I'm happy to be the guy to fucking make that happen. But only if he agrees, because I don't think that anyone should do that. You know? But anyway, I'm not a perfect person. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not running for fucking office, dude. All this fantasizing about beating up Democrats has got me thirsty. Anybody who knows that guy, anybody who knows this piece of shit, send him this. Oh my God. Listen to this, dude. In the final stretch of the campaign, the 36-year-old Jones now faces a slew of other controversies relating to his criminal history, state legislative record, and professional experience. Hey, you guys ready? This guy really seems like a solid pick for office. Ready? Investigation published this week found that in 2022, Jones was convicted in a reckless driving case after he was pulled over driving 116 miles an hour on Interstate 64, 46 miles above the, I don't think you need to tell us how much over the, like he was driving 116 miles an hour. His punishment, $1,500 fine and 1,000 hours of community service, 500 of which he spent working for his own political action committee, and remarkably conveniently, a remarkably convenient sentence for a crime that can land convicts in jail for up to a year. The young attorney general nominee he's the attorney general nominee, dude. Like, do you understand how dangerous it would be to put this guy into office? That cannot be allowed to happen, okay? The young attorney general nominee has also faced criticism for his lack of prosecutorial experience in his bid to become the Commonwealth's highest-ranking law enforcement officer, as well as his progressive state legislative record that Republicans pan as being soft on crime. And I guarantee he won't be soft on crime if he finds out you're a fucking Republican. He's like death penalty for their children. And he's come under fire for exaggerating his legal accomplishments, including the role he played in the District of Columbia's successful 2022 legal victory against a so-called ghost gun manufacturer. Dude, this guy is a lunatic. And just in case he actually really does see this video and feels some kind of way about it, and he's like, you got some kind of vendetta against me, you should just leave it at this, dude. You said some bad things. I said some things in this video. I'm not an enemy that you want to make, dude. Okay? We don't need to do like dual vendettas. I'm just talking on a YouTube video. Set that fucking shit down. Because he's one of these guys, if he actually really did see this video, he's going to be like, I will get this guy. I will get this guy. I will build a case against this guy. It's like, I mean, maybe, you know, I'm pretty fucking smart though, dude. I have a lot of ways that I can touch you too. None of which are violent though, for the record. And I'm being serious. Like I'm not even trying to do like veiled threats. And like they're actually not violent. I'll have an 8-year-old say that you put your hands down his pants. Except the thing is that accusation is probably true. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. People are gonna be like, geez, I wonder, didn't Jesse on Fire say something about that? And now he really did do that? It's like, well, actually both are true. 9 accusers. Jesse on Fire tapped 4 kids for it, but he actually did the other 5. So very confusing situation. And that's a fucking joke, guy. Okay. Do you see the difference between what you said and what I did? Okay. I'm joking. Okay. I'm not going to put a fake charge on you. I just like thinking about, spazzes like you seeing things and being really upset. And then, I am going to get this guy. It's like, no, you're not. Anyway, though, this guy cannot under any circumstances be allowed to hold any kind of public office. I mean, that should go without saying. This is an incredibly dangerous person. Okay. This is insane. Now, speaking of dangerous people and, more violent rhetoric from the left, let's take a look at the Austin, Texas City Commissioner caught saying that Charlie Kirk's death was product of his own rhetoric. Drag queen Brigitte Bandit, a commissioner on Austin's LGBTQ Quality of Life Advisory Commission, mocked Kirk's death and led the crowd in chants. F Greg Abbott, F Charlie Kirk, F Donald Trump, bitch. They immediately tried to scapegoat trans people right after the shooting. And surprise, surprise, who was it? A white man, a Republican and Trump supporting fascist, literally. Jesus. Hey, listen. Hey, what happened to Drag Queen Story Hour? You guys were doing so well with that, That definitely didn't single-handedly cost you guys the election, Hey, because pandering to you drag queen lunatics probably didn't drive 80% of the independents over to the other side. They're all, yeah, I don't care if people are gay or drag queens, but they are literally grooming children. What are you doing? Why am I watching videos of children putting dollars into G-strings from drag queens at school? You know what I mean? That I'm not sure if that exactly happened, but close to that, Drag Queen Story Hour. We need to normalize this stuff. It's important. Or if you guys recall another James O'Keefe greatest hit, the dean or superintendent of that private school in Chicago who was like, yeah, he's also, I have them bring in butt plugs and lube and yeah, all the 14-year-olds are just playing with it and they're like, what does this do? What is this dildos and stuff? And it's like, and the person's like, do the parents know? He's all, no, it's queer sex. It's queer sex. That is one of the most insane videos I've ever seen, and nothing happened to that guy. The guy just kept his job. He literally was talking about teaching high school students to use inanimate foreign objects to insert into their own or others' orifices. And it was just and then his trump card for everything was queer sex. So that's part of the current curriculum. You're all, okay, if a grown man showed my 15-year-old daughter how to put a fucking dildo in her orifice, I'm going to take that dildo and put it down your fucking throat. Okay. Is that on your fucking curriculum? Are you out of your fucking mind? What are you talking about? Okay. You can't, you think you could just decide to teach that to my teenage daughter? How do you know what we do, how we handle the sex conversation in our house? You fucking smug, self-aggrandizing cocksucker. Literally. Anyway, but, so these people, right? Here we go. Let's just listen to this.
Product of his own rhetoric. Donald Trump, bitch. Donald Trump.
What you just saw was drag artist Brigitte Bandit, a commissioner in Austin, Texas's LGBTQ.
Wow. I mean, I don't know too much about drag queens, but I know a lot about the movie Beetlejuice. And I'm pretty sure that in the movie Beetlejuice, the people who look like this are not actually humans. I think they're dead, right? This is what you look like when you're dead on the other side. So, I mean, nice tits. Listen, let's call a spade, right, guys? Not a bad rack on this thing that I couldn't possibly say what it is. But again, let's be honest, not a bad rack on this creature that we're looking at. But let's continue.
Quality Life Advisory Commission. On stage, she said Charlie Kirk's death was a, quote, product of his own rhetoric before leading the crowd in chants of F Charlie Kirk, F Donald Trump, and Free Palestine. Filmed by a citizen journalist from the balcony of another building, the video captures a sitting city-anointed commissioner using her platform to celebrate the murder of Charlie Kirk. Instead of condemning the assassination of a political activist, Bridget Bandit mocked the victim, branded conservatives as fascists, and led a crowd in vulgar chants targeting anyone who disagrees with her politics, even threatening to kick out anybody at the club who voted for Donald Trump.
Immediately tried to scapegoat trans people right after the shooting. Surprise, surprise, who was it? A white man, oh my God, right? A Republican, Trump supporting fascist.
I can't, dude. I can't. I literally can't. I can't. Like, Tyler Robinson is a Trump supporting fascist who had a transgender furry boyfriend. Okay. You know, well, his parents are MAGA Republicans. You're all, yeah, that's why they turned him into the police, like law abiding citizens, you know. When do you think that his life went awry to where he picked up a rifle and thought it would be a good thing to murder a husband and father? You know, like, you think that had a lot to do with the MAGA people? You know, a lot of MAGA people that are doing that? Or do you think it had to do with his like loser trans drag queen culture that he slipped into and got like honey dicked? You know what I mean? Got honey dicked. He's all, God, I just love this boy so much. And like, I don't know. I'm filled with hate because I love a boy. And apparently, like, if you look at the internet, like, MAGA people hate us. And so who's the ultimate purveyor of hate? It's like Charlie Kirk. You're all, according to who? It's like, well, everything I read. You're all, you ever watch him speak? Or, you know, you ever like actually watch him speak for like 5 consecutive minutes? Or you just going to go murder him based on, you know, things that you read in, I don't know, slanted news articles written by other cum-guzzling fucking geeks like you? You know what I mean? Like, that's the most pathetic part of all of this, dude, is at the end of the day, like, and by the way, I'm tired of every conspiracy theory on earth on the Tyler Robinson case. I'm like, I'm on overload now. Like, now I'm on overload. Now I'm just like, now I'm starting to look at it the exact opposite way, where I'm like, how can I explain the holes in the government story if it is Tyler Robinson? Like, that's really where I'm more at now, because I don't like the fact that these motherfuckers are getting a free ride now, where it's like, because assuming that it is far leftist radicals, which I have always said is probably the most likely thing, the idea that we are letting them off the hook is an unacceptable thing to me. Straight up, unacceptable. If it's Israel, there's nothing I can do about that, dude. No way I'll ever know, no way I'll be able to prove it, and definitely no way for me to battle them. But far leftists, we can fucking dance all day. That's the arena that I'm in. And I believe that they did this. And even if they didn't, they still did, because they were like, because of this shit. And they'll be responsible for the next one. Anyway, let's continue.
Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. Black lives matter.
All trans lives matter, except for, just kidding. I'm kidding. I was just going to say except for yours, but that was a joke, you know. Did this person's life matter? Oh, wait, is that you? I mean, did this person's life matter before they became dead and crossed over to the other side of on like Beetlejuice land?
Black trans lives matter. Black trans lives matter. My body, my choice. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Fuck Greg Abbott. Fuck Charlie Kirk. And Donald Trump, bitch.
God, I will be honored. I will be honored when I'm big enough, when in the inevitable future where I am big enough that they all know who I am. When they start chanting "fuck Jesse on fire," I will absolutely love it. I'll be like, you know, I am actually a person kind of like dementedly obsessed with like people's, like, you know, I don't like when people don't like me unless I don't like them, you know? Like, if it's someone that I like and they don't like me for some reason, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Why? And I'll go way out of my way to fix that problem. If I don't like them, then I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like that you don't like me because I would love to dance. Like, you know, people, but generally those are people I have no respect for. You know, if I respect a person, they don't like me, I really don't like that. So if you guys ever want to play head games with me, you know, most of my viewers I have a lot of respect for. So if you ever want to play mind games with me, just tell me you're mad at me. You know, I mean, I'm just like, I have to like know you. That's not going to work in the comments, but like, you know, if I know you, it's like, I don't like that, you know, but I would love it if they hated me because they are such trash that I basically am like, anything they hate must be good. You know what I mean? Like that's like a cult meeting, dude. I mean, not like it is. They literally just rattled off like 8 different things. They're all, your body, like my body, my choice. My body, my choice. Get your vax. Wear your mask. You know, trans lives matter. Black trans lives matter. It's like, oh, black trans was not incorporated in the trans lives matter. You know, black lives matter. Yeah, no shit. Like, oh wow, what a massive development for us. Like, oh my God, wait, black people's lives matter? Jeez. Well, not over here in MAGA land. We don't give a shit about black people's lives, you know? Because that's the hologram world that you live in. You actually believe that? That like, we just don't care about black people's lives? Okay? The difference between us and you is like, I actually see black people as humans identical to me, which is why I think you're like, you know, if we were going to play like, oh, what dumb opinion do you all agree with versus what logical one do I think that you're wrong about? Voter ID, right? You think that requiring voter ID is some kind of illustration that the person who wants to require the voter ID is racist because why? Well, because it's harder for blacks to get to the DMV. Some of them don't know where it is. Some of them don't have the means for transportation to be able to go and get an ID card. You are insensitive. It's like, no, you are infantilizing them and making it seem as if they need your fucking help to go to the DMV, you racist fucking weasel. If I was black, I would be incredibly insulted by you, okay? You're not doing anybody a favor. You're a moron. Like, you're just a moron. The logic of your thinking is non-existent, okay? Do you really believe that there is an actual black person? And I'm not talking about one of your little wokester black people that has been, you know, feeding on this ideology of yours because it gives them a leg up in every conversation. I'm talking about like an actual inner city black person that you are pretending that you care about. And I went to them, I'm like, hey, you're going to need an ID to vote, you know, so we can verify who you are. You're going to be able to produce that? And they're like, I mean, yeah, I lost my ID, but I can go to the DMV. And then you're like, no, you don't need to go to the DMV. I know it's impossible for you, dumb fuck, to find the DMV and go fill out the paperwork because you're illiterate, right? Inner city schools, you're illiterate and you can't find the DMV, right? Hey, who do you think they're going to feel like is the racist? You fucking idiot. Okay. Is this really complicated for you? Black lives matter. Nom, 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 nom. He's a fascist. It's so dumb.
And if that made you uncomfortable, the door's right there. Okay. The last thing I need after my show is anybody coming to justify why they voted for Trump, because I will kick you out of the club, okay? Just so you know.
I voted for Trump specifically because I knew it would piss you off. Like, I was like, well, you know, Kamala's cool and everything. Like, Kamala is a really competent leader who I think we should definitely trust to negotiate on behalf of the United States, given her impeccable ability to communicate complicated thoughts in 3 sentences or less. You know, it's like, can you just explain to us, or I meant simple thoughts in 3 sentences or less. Can you explain to us how you use an ATM card and get cash out of an ATM machine? Could you go ahead and do that, Kamala? Well, what you got to consider is the development of the banking system is one that maybe we don't all fully understand. I'm doing an Obama for some reason. We don't know. We don't know why the banks do what they do. We need to get control of the banks. We're the people. Well, like, the question was, how do you use an ATM card to withdraw cash from the bank? I'm trying to answer that question, son. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, let's put her up against Putin, guys. Let's get her. Hey, go sit her down with Putin and let's let them hash it out. You know, I'm sure that the United States will come out on top of that one. Hey, go get Putin to withdraw from Ukraine, Kamala Harris. Give them your succinct thoughts. You know, hey, paint him into a corner logically with your brilliant negotiating tactics. You know, Ukraine is a country, Vladimir. Ukraine is a country, and you are inside of that country. He's like, she's literally up against a guy who absolutely 1000% has spoken fluent English his entire life and still pretends in front of everyone, in front of the whole world, as if he does not speak English so that dumbasses will speak English in front of him thinking that he doesn't speak it. Okay. Like that's the level of like strategist that you're dealing with. Okay. And then you got fucking Kamala Harris in there, dude, world leader, you know, but they're all, you voted for Trump because you hate trans people. It's like, no, I just generally speaking think that being president, you know, requires some semblance of leadership and strategy and brains. You know, what has she done to demonstrate any of those things aside from fuck her way to the top? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's going to be able to have sex her, you know, like sex her way to a peace deal. You know what I mean? I mean, you never know, right? You never know. She could make some really compelling offers if she's willing to degrade herself. Like, I would imagine Putin's like, this might actually be worth it, you know? This might be worth it just not because he's like sexually attracted to her, but more so like so he could just defile the American president. And he's like, all right, we'll withdraw tomorrow, but it's going to cost you. And you're not going to like it. Like, you're not going to like this at all. She's all, listen, I've done worse. He's like, I bet you have. I bet you have, you know? So it was like, that was kind of my thought process. And then also as a close second, it was like, it'll piss off these nerd drag queen story hour people. Anyway, that's probably enough for this video. I have a feeling this is going to have been an excellent video that I'm going to be very entertained by when I watch it back myself. I love you guys. Bye-bye.